Isolated compromised host using findable topology. The metasploitable server on the DMZ network, CyberOps workstation virtual machine in the inside network, Kali Linux on internet network, and security onion firewall and router with 3 interfaces. The required resources: use this username and password, prepare the virtual environment, VirtualBox, okay, CyberOps workstation settings, network, internal network name inside, okay, internal network name inside, okay, start iniciar, Kali settings, network, internal, internet, okay, start, okay, Kali internal internet, metasploitable settings, internal DMZ, okay, start, okay, internal DMZ, security onion settings, network adapter 1, internal inside, okay, adapter 2, internal DMZ, adapter 2, internal DMZ, adapter 3, internal internet, okay, start, CyberOps workstation, password, CyberOps, okay, the console, okay, configure a static IP address using the following script: configure as tab, enter, CyberOps success 0.11, default gateway, okay, security onion, okay, username and password, Analyst, CyberOps. Terminal emulator. Verify that all services are started. Sudo service NSM status. All should be green. All should be okay. Reconnaissance. You will use nmap to determine if the Metasploitable virtual machine server has a vulnerability associated with BS FTPD version 2.3.4. Okay, on security onion, display the date and time, date. Okay, Kali virtual machine, username root, password CyberOps. Okay, from Kali Linux virtual machine, place it on internet network. You will scan the vulnerable server on the DMZ network. Terminal. You will use a script to test for an FTP vulnerability on the Metasploitable virtual machine. Option script and use this script. Destination IP address. And all be redirected to this file. Enter. File it to initialize the script engine. This script doesn't exist. Okay, but use the following. Command. Option 8 for operating system, script scanning and traceroute, and T4 for faster execution. The destination IP address. Okay, destination IP address, and use the reason option to display the reason a port is in a particular state. Finally, redirect all to ftpd.txt file. Okay, be careful. Nmap. Enter. This may take a while. Okay. Verify the contents. Port 21 TCP. Open port FTP service The reason: synchronous acknowledgement, time to leap, the version. The result lists the BSFTPD vulnerability, exploitation. You will exploit the BSFTPD vulnerability to gain full control of the metasploitable virtual machine. You will compromise the etc shadow file so you may gain access to other hosts in the network. Set up the exploit. You will use Metasploit framework to launch the exploit against the metasploitable virtual machine using BSFTPD. The Metasploit framework is a tool for developing and launching attacks against a remote target host. It can be also used to test the vulnerability of a host. Metasploitable framework console. Search BSFTPD. Okay. Matching modules. This is the module name. In the description, backdoor command execution. Okay, use the module. This module, copy and paste. Enter. Success. Now set the destination host. Use the IP address of Metasploitable server. Okay. Okay, show options, and this is the destination host, the destination port FTP. Now exploit. Okay, the banner from the server. Now the server says please specify the password. The backdoor service has been spawned. In the user ID 0, the root, and group ID 0. found shell, shell opened, okay, from Kali Linux to the Metasploitable server, okay, from Kali Linux using a dynamic port, and the destination Metasploitable on this port for the command shell. Okay, who, okay, you are the root, verify the hostname Metasploitable, verify IP configurations, Metasploitable IP address. To gain full control of the Metasploitable virtual machine, begin by displaying the content of the shadow file. The shadow file stores the password information in an encrypted format for the system's accounts along with optional aging information. Verify the contents of the shadows file. For example, this is the user analyst, the encrypted password, okay, copy the contents, terminal, new window, nano, and create shadow.txt file, paste, okay, remove any blank line at the end, okay, save, yes, enter, verify the contents, success. This saved shadow.txt file will be used in a later step with John the Ripper to crack the passwords of some of the login names so you can access the system remotely via SSH. Notice that the columns separate each line into 9 fields. Use the root user account as an example. Root is the login name, and these characters are the encrypted password. The next 6 fields define the configuration for the password, such as the date of last change, minimum and maximum password age, and password expiration date. The last field is reserved for future use. Okay, go back to the Metasploitable framework. Return to Metasploitable framework on the Kali Linux virtual machine, and you will add a new user, my root, to Metasploitable virtual machine. This user will have the same password configuration as root. When creating the new user, you will use the same 9 fields as the root user, except you will delete the encrypted password associated with the root user and leave the password field empty. When the password field is empty, no password is needed to log in as the user my root. Use this command. Enter echo. Okay, add this line at the end of the shadow file. Okay, user my root, no password, and the same options as the root user. Okay, the same options like the root user. Okay, so add this line at the end of the shadow file. Verify the contents. Success. Why was it necessary to copy the content of the shadow file to a new text file on Kali Linux virtual machine? What would happen if you enter this command in the Metasploit framework console? The root shadow txt file would be saved on the Metasploitable server instead of Kali Linux virtual machine. To allow my root to log in with elevated privileges, you will add the user my root with the same user ID number, user ID, users group ID number, GID, user description, user home directory, and login shell as the root to the etc passwd file. The columns separate the fields, and the X in the second field represent the password for the user. The encrypted password can be found in the etc shadow file for the same user. Verify the contents of the passwd file. Okay. This line, user root X in the second field, user ID, group ID, description, home directory, the shell. Use the following echo command to append the settings for my route to the passwd file. Okay, passwd. The username, X, user ID, group ID, description, home directory, and the shell. Okay, add this line at the end of the passwd file. Enter. Verify the contents. Success. Now exit from Metasploitable. Okay, session closed. Quit from the Metasploitable framework. Infiltration. Crack the passwords using John the Ripper. John the Ripper is a tool used to find weak passwords of users. At the root prompt of Kali Virtual Machine, enter the John command to crack the passwords. Use the show options to view the cracked passwords reliably. Okay, on Kali Linux, list the contents. This file, shadow.txt, John, okay, option show, and specify the file .txt. Enter. Okay, one password, crack it. Also, the decrypted password is placed in this file, usr share John password.lst. Okay, this is this. Find the targeted host. You will use different commands to find the IP address of possible hosts on the terminal network behind the DMZ. Establish an SSH session to the Metasploitable virtual machine. Enter yes to accept the RSA digital signature when connecting for the first time. Connection may take a few moments. Enter the CyberOps as the password when prompted. Okay, on Kali, destination IP, user analyst, SSH connection. May take a while. Okay, enter the password CyberOps. Okay, Metasploitable server. Verify that you have root access to Metasploitable. Okay, option L lowercase. Success. Verify the contents of shadow file. Success. Exit to log out. And now you are the analyst user, and verify the contents of the shadow file. The permission is denied. Analyst is not the root. Why did you receive an error message? The etc shadow file is only readable by the owner root and user in the group shadow. The user analyst does not have the permission to read the file as indicated by the ls option L etc shadow command. It can be read by the user my root because my root has root privileges. Verify IP address. Verify the default gateway. This is the default gateway for the Metasploitable server. Okay. This is the default gateway for the Metasploitable server. In the same terminal window, establish another SSH session to the security onion virtual machine at the IP address 209.165.200.226, the Ethernet 1 interface, as the user analyst. Okay, from Metasploitable server, access the default gateway on security onion firewall and router. Okay, SSH connection, user analyst. Destination IP address, the default gateway on security onion. Yes. Password. Success. Now you are in the security onion virtual machine. Okay, ifconfig. Ethernet 0. IP address. Okay, is this Ethernet 1? Its IP address. This Ethernet 2. Okay, facing the Kali Linux. This interface. You have determined the subnet for the LAN. 192.168.00.24. Now you will use a for loop to determine the active host on the LAN. To save time, you will only ping the first 15 hosts. This command okay one for 1 to 15 increments one by one. Do ping uh, two counts to this IP address. Enter. Okay, this interface is my own interface. Okay, my own interface response. Okay, this 192.168.0.2 host unreachable. Three, four, five, unreachable, 6, 7, 8, and with 11 response. Okay, 192, 192.168.0.11 is the workstation virtual machine. This, okay, this IP address. Access SSH user analyst destination IP address, the IP address of workstation virtual machine. Just password CyberOps. Enter. Success. Exfiltrate a confidential file. List the contents. Lab support files directory. Okay, navigate to that directory and list the contents. Exfiltrate this file. Establish an FTP session to the Metasploitable virtual machine. Use the default user analyst and enter CyberOps as the password. From CyberOps workstation, access to the Metasploitable server using FTP. Okay. FTP 219.165.200.235. Password. Success. Upload this file. Use the put command confidential.txt. Success. Transfer complete. Quit. Ready. Encrypt the data and remove the original. Threat actors often will encrypt the confidential data and store it locally, possible for ransoming later. Zip the confidential.txt file and encrypt it. Enter CyberOps as the password. Okay, on this directory, zip option E to encrypt confidential.txt file, uh, confidential.zip file, and the source is confidential.txt file. Okay, E confidential.zip confidential.txt. Enter password. Verify password. Success. Okay, the original file and the encrypted file. Okay, now you can remove this. Remove command and the file .txt. Enter. Verify. Okay, now txt file. Exit. You are in security onion. Exit again. You are on Metasploitable. Exit. Now you are on Kali Linux virtual machine. Now the attacker can copy the file from the FTP on the Metasploitable virtual machine to Kali Linux virtual machine. Okay, secure copy from analyst user on the 209.165.200.235 Metasploitable server, and the file placed in the home analyst directory. The file is confidential.txt. Okay, uh, Metasploitable server. Okay, secure copy Metasploitable server. Okay, using the user analyst confidential.txt file. Place it on this directory. The destination, my home directory on Kali Linux virtual machine. Enter. Okay, success. If desired, you can log back into Metasploitable and remove the file confidential.txt from the FTP server. Okay, SSH user analyst FTP server Metasploitable 209.165.200.256. Okay, the password. List. Okay, remove this. Verify. Success. Exit. At this time, you can shut down Metasploitable CyberOps Workstation and Kali virtual machines. Review the logs. After the attack, the user analyst no longer has access to the file named confidential.txt. Now you will review the logs to determine how the file was compromised. Review alerts in SQL. SQL. Analyst. CyberOps. Select all. Start the SQL. Okay. Select this and look at the date and time today. Okay, GPL attack response ID check, return at root. Okay, this select this today, this source IP address, Metasploitable server, destination IP, Kali Linux virtual machine. Okay, show packet data and show rule. On CNT number, right click view correlated events. On alert ID, okay, transcript. Review the transcripts for all the alerts. The last alert in the top is likely to display the transactions between the Kali, the threat actor, and the Metasploitable the target during the attack. Okay, source IP address, Kali Linux virtual machine, destination IP address, Metasploitable server, source port dynamic on the Kali Linux, and destination port 6200 for the console. Okay, the Kali Linux is trying to access. On blue, Kali Linux. On red, the server Metasploitable. Okay, Kali Linux says who, server responds you are the root. Kali Linux says the host name, server responds with the name. Okay, the source verify the IP configuration, verify the shadow file. Okay, enter this line at the end of the shadow file. Okay, the user and these options. Verify the contents. Also verify the contents of the passwd file and add this line at the end of the passwd file. The user may root the password in the shadow file. Okay, my root with no password, user ID, group ID, description, home directory, the shell. Okay, verify the password, the passwd file, and success. This is the line. What had happened during the attack? The attacker had gained root access to Metasploitable. A new user, my root without any password, was added to the system. Close. Right click, Wireshark. First line, right click, follow TCP stream. Okay, on red, the client, on blue, the server. Okay, the same process, but in Wireshark. Okay. What did you observe? What do the text colors red and blue indicate? The TCP stream shows the transaction between Kali, the threat actor, displayed in red, and the Metasploitable target in blue. The information from the TCP stream is the same as in the transcript. Close. Okay. Source IP, ELSA IP lookup, destination IP, analyst, password, CyberOps. Okay, success. Select the Pro notice. Okay, Kali Linux scanned at least 15 unique ports of host Metasploitable server. Uh, okay, port scan. Close. Okay, select this destination port 21. ET exploit BSFTPD backdoor user login smiley. Okay, select this CNT number, view correlated events, alert ID, transcript, source IP, Kali Linux virtual machine, destination IP, Metasploitable server, destination port 21 FTP, and the client enter this user, and the server says specify the password. The client tried this password. The password fails. Timeout. Close. Destination IP, right click, ELSA IP lookup, destination IP. Okay, select Bro FTP. This Kali Linux is trying to access Metasploitable server using an anonymous user on port 21. Okay, and CyberOps workstation virtual machine is trying to access the Metasploitable server on port 21 FTP port with the user analyst. Okay, command successful. The user analyst on workstation CyberOps virtual machine upload this file confidential.txt, okay, to the Metasploitable server on port 21 FTP. And finally, complete. The transfer is complete. Which file was transferred via FTP to 209.165.200.235, whose account was used to transfer the file. The file confidential.txt was transferred by the user analyst. Okay, info get PCAP analyst CyberOps. Okay, Kali Linux virtual machine, the source, Metasploitable server, destination. Kali Linux is trying to access and list the contents of the server on passive mode. Okay, the last line, info plugin get PCAP. The source is the CyberOps workstation virtual machine. Okay, the source, and the destination is the Metasploitable server. Okay, the client uses the user analyst, enter the password, login successful. Okay, client enter the syst command. Okay, syst return system type, type 1 command, sets the transfer mode. Okay, Okay, type 1 for the port command specifies an address and port to which the server should connect. The store command accept the data and to store the data as a file at the server side. Okay, transfer complete, quit. To determine the content of the file that was compromised, open ELSA and double-clicking the icon of the desktop to open a new tab and perform a new search. ELSA FTP FTP data. Okay, the Metasploitable server on port 20 FTP for data. CyberOps workstation virtual machine. Okay, info get PCAP. This is the content of the file, the confidential.txt file. This is the content. Reflection. You have used a vulnerability to gain access to unauthorized information and review the log as a cybersecurity analyst. Now summarize your findings. From the SQL and ELSA logs, it was determined that the attacker at 209.165.201.17 Kali Linux exploited the BSFTPD vulnerability to gain root access to 209.165.200.235, the Metasploitable server, by using root access gained from the attack. The attacker had added a new root user, myroot, for the future root access. The attacker compromised the user analyst to gain to access an internal workstation 192.168.0.11, the CyberOps workstation virtual machine. By using the analyst's account, the attacker was able to gain access to the file named confidential.txt and transfer the file using FTP to 209.165.200.235, where the attacker has remote access to retrieve the file. Thank you very much.